Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Cutting it a bit fine. They're just lined up on the on the grid, waiting for the warm-up lap. This is the first Supers race of the day. We're happy that John the Greek is back on pole position. He has borrowed Harry's production bike though, so he won't be fighting for the lead on this one, but at least he's out on track and we're happy to see him. I did say to Ella on the walk back to the paddock that I would apologise for favouring the Hornet team, possibly a little more than I do some of the other riders, but of course, well, I am a Team Hornet, and if you don't like my live commentary, get someone else to come up and do it. Okay, Graham Tatton streaking off on the warm-up lap. We will have the grudge match again between Nikita and Ryan on the 6A 100cc zips. Ryan, managed to melt up a couple of pistons yesterday, which is why we didn't see him troubling Nikita too much. Ryan on form is definitely a challenge to Nikita. One seems to rise too very regularly. Often getting the better of that race. If Damon's out on the on his actual Group 6 bike, then we expect Graham could well be troubled by him. And we've got Jim McNally as well on his 4E bike. Looking at his background, but he's got white number. So is this a different bike, or is this his 4E? I don't know. It's got blue and white on the front and red and white on the back. Can't tell. Either way, that bike's quite a missile and a bit peaky. But if it is the 4E bike, then I don't suspect he will give Graham too much of a hard time. Harry Smith taking his position at the back of the grid there. No qualifying time yesterday. And they're under the starters' orders. Lights are on, and away they go. Actually a good start from John, although instantly overwhelmed by the faster machines of Graham and Nikita. Harry making his way up the inside by quite a long way. My word, he's picked up a few places there, but got mugged a little bit into the first corner. He's running very tight. Graham got away. We're followed by Nikita. Ryan Clipstone coming through there. John the Greek trouble pushing hard against him. Oh, John swooping round the outside. And Damon making up some space there. Cutting a very tight line. Just clipped the white line on the inner curb with his wheels as he's gone through.
And without my glasses, all I can see is lots of bikes in the distance. So I'll have to wait until they come back.
Yeah. They are, as we watch from the media room here, they are just almost dots in the distance. But it is nice that we can see the whole track, where no one down by the side of the pit or the side of the track can. Okay, Graham in the lead, being harried by Nikita. Yeah, it looks like Graham's going to get this all his own way. There's a massive gap the two of them have opened out. John the Greek, I mean, for goodness sake, this thing's 21 horsepower. What the hell's going on? Good Lord. He's getting overwhelmed down the straights, but he wants it. And John the Greek swooping around the outside of them there. But they'll power out of the corners away from him. But it looks like Damon's made the bet. No, Damon's taken a poor line. He had to turn a bit heavily, which has allowed Jim, who's taken a much smoother line, to come through and will go lead that trio. Again, John running out of horsepower as they come through that bit there. Jim really has now got the better of those three. He's gone out. Let's see if I can look at some of the... We've got a trio racing with Harry Smith towards the back there. We'll have a look as they come around. We'll look at slightly further back.
Changes going as they're going to Brooklyn's hairpin and into the straight, but our leaders coming back round Honda's Having pulled out a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, Graham definitely getting it all his own way. And Nikita, a very lonely race.
As we come round Honda's two bikes really close together here, it is David Yates from James McNally from rolling over the
Putting his left arm down to try and decrease the wind resistance. He's catching him up. God, right, Harry's doing well.
absolutely side by side over.
Killing each other, and looks like Harry's got it. Harry's brake latest. Well, oh, we've got someone who's gone off there. Who was that? That looks like Damon went off, overbraked himself. It was Damon. Damon missed his braking marker completely and had a good look at the crash barrier, which has left John the Greek now leading Jim McNally, but Jim's now going to get it back as he goes.
He's on the inside as they come round. Nope. Back again, back to Nikita ahead, and she's pulled away from her brother. But with our leader coming round, so there was a 2-second gap last time, but because of what happened with Damon, we don't know whether there was any challenge there. But here comes.
There is certainly a lonely race at the front too. So, okay, well it. Jim McNally has opened out enormously from the owner's Choglu, John the Greek. But John is staying in touch with him. I mean, this is remarkable. We've got a 35 odd horsepower bike. If that is the 4E one, if it's a Group 6, it's even more, fighting against 21 horsepower. And John is still in touch. And Harry De Smith has got the better of the three behind him, which is Ryan Clipstone and I can't know who's in the middle. Ben Redding's having and Shane having a bit of a ding-dong there as they go nip into the hairpin. And Shane's got the better of the braking. Ben's got the inside line and will try and push him wide, but he's a bit too far behind to do that. Harry, in the meantime, ahead of his three, has opened out a bit of a gap in front of them. Who is that? 18 on...
It's John Holt.
John Holt. Sorry, yeah, John Holt. John Holt in front of Ryan Clipstone, but Harry's really opened out now. Harry's got his head down. And John Balcom, a bit of a lonely race there. John, looked like he got it together a bit in the first race, but apparently his frame handling issues on the brakes. He's shaking his head and messing him up something vicious as he brakes hard into the last corner. We've already seen Graham and Nikita go back through. They're boring. I mean, it has to be a big look behind him from Jim there. Where the hell is that Harry in Greek? He's far enough behind, mate. You can relax. John, I don't want to look at the tyres when we get back in. They're going to be melted stupid. He's making all of his space up in the corners and nowhere else. Harry getting away from it, but not the following two have brought it back in quite a bit. John Holt's for it. With Ryan behind that three, not letting them get away. I think as the duo of John and Jim go through into the back of the section towards the old hairpin, oh my word, that was close. Good Lord. John nearly lost the front end against the back of Harry's there. He caught up to him in high speed and had to swerve quite a bit. That was a bit of a clenching moment, I guess. My word, I mean, honestly, Graham has opened out over a full straight length over the following Lambretta. He's about half as much again from Nikita. Positions are not changing there. It looks like they've settled down slightly. I would say the gap's pretty much similar between those two. But John will definitely close back up as he does, closes right up against him into the hairpin. John, master of the late brakes. Okay, so Damien Yates has now got the better of that three with Harry Smith in the following group with John Holt in the middle of it. Harry's closed right up as he come into the hairpin though, side by side. Ben is.
He's still hurrying in there, so I'm not sure whether he's got the inside line as he comes through.
Yep, Ben's got the inside line there. He'll take that. Shane will have to follow him round unless Ben drifts the way sideways. Ben's going to push him out. He's pushing him right out to the outside edge of the bend and making him take the long way around. And Ben's got that nailed perfectly. That was really nice.
So some fun for a lot of the riders out there.
Honestly, right back down there is Graham already, just as the next Lambretta comes across the line. We're seeing the last lap flag. Graham is now on the last lap, virtually halfway through it. Okay. Damon not entirely dropped off Harry. Harry's gonna try and get that back, but and John is looking to pick up the pieces if it all goes wrong with the two fighting in front of him. I think that's settled down a little bit now. The three Lambrettas behind. It looks like Shane has got the better of that one, but again Ben is closing him down into the corner. But they're fairly evenly matched through there, I'd say. Okay, Graham Tatton takes the win. Ben trying to go round the long way. He's trying to go around the outside of him. He's pushing him tight. They're pushing them close together. He's got it. If he can now cut back in across the front of him, which is exactly what he's doing, comes out there with a good lead in front of him. Now, if he can hold that on the next four corners, he'll have got the better of that race. So yeah. Graham.
Bristol obviously did a good repair job.
Yeah, Harry's exhaust dropped off in the race before. Okay, Harry then ending up in the middle of that trio had opened out enormously.
Ryan Clipstone's. I don't know whether he's just.
Yeah, Ryan coasting a little bit there. Okay. Shane, Ben, and then Gary Smythe on that race. Well, Ben got the better of it in the stock classes, so he won't mind. There we go, a bump of the fists as they go in. Superb racing, guys. As is so often the case, the best racing is further down the field than it is at the front. With us in this race missing Steve Wright. Steve, if you're watching, much love from all of us, and hopefully you'll be out at Darley, or failing that Anglesey. You can't miss Anglesey, mate. John Holt's coming through there. Harry Smith, good race, Harry. And John Balcombe just bringing them all back in. Right, it's now about, I was wrong before, it's now about 3 races until we're out again. So, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes, and we'll be back. I think on the next one we'll have, oh no, it might be lunch in between times. So keep an eye open, we'll do what we can to let you know. What time? Yeah. Well, we'll be back the next stock race, and Sharky will probably take over for a bit because my mouth's getting a bit dry. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.